Hello fellow builders, and welcome back to the bench. Mediocre Molly here, and we are prepping for Wonderfest. Normally at this time I would be in full tilt boogie trying to get everything done. We're kind of like half tilt boogie. The reason I say that is pretty much everything is done. We've had and it's a weird feeling. I got done kind of early, and so I'm kind of what do I do with myself? We're tying up loose ends. Last year, when I went to Wonderfest, the cape part of my Mandalorian, you could still see the crease from when I brought the fabric home. You know, I cut it up and everything, and the crease was from when it was folded on the cutting table. And so I got that ironed out, and I tried to kind of wrinkle it up, and I ripped it a little bit to give it a little bit more weathered look. I need to make a pounce bag and put some like I want to say diatomaceous earth. No, it's not right. The Fuller's Earth, the Fuller's Earth on there to kind of give it a little bit more dirty, world-weary look to it. So that's the silver and purple Mandalorian. Then we have the Colonial Mandalorian, which is going to be a debut year for it. And there are a couple of things that I wanted to tie up on that. So the one thing, once I ditch the jacket, you know, I'm walking around, I'll have my shirt and my belt and blah, 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 and I just felt, and then I'll have the jetpack on, and I needed something else to tie it together, so I decided to make a comma. You see a lot of the commas in the clone troopers are wearing them. I think it's more a sign of like command status or whatever, but I basically from the back, I didn't feel it looked right from the back, you know. And then the in-universe thing, well, if I've got a jetpack on, once you fire it up, you know, you're firing right across your butt. You don't want to burn your butt off. So in my head, I'm like, oh, well, maybe if you had a Beskar comma, that would solve the problem. So I made one. So I just took my belt that I had, and I used that material I was showing you, and I was going to just have one square. And I was afraid that if I sat down or something, it would tug, and I decided to break it into 3 different pieces. The triangle, and you got angles there. That came out pretty well. I spritz it with some different paint, and I put a clear coat on it, and it's tacky, and I don't know why. Now, see, I need to go in here and do some gluing, because my glue is not holding the way I want it to, so it needs a little bit of work, but we'll get that going. Another thing that I wanted to do to tie all the Colonial Mandalorian together, because I feel like since I'm losing the jacket brings so much to the equation. I've got to make up for it, and not that the vest and jetpack don't do that. I still need to put my Iron Heart, my Mandalorian Iron Heart on there, and I wanted some fan braces, right? Because Mandalorians have the flamethrower or something, and I wanted to have this logo on there. The biggest problem with this one, the way I did this is 3 separate pieces, and these are actually wings from the old-fashioned Thors with the wing. I just took those and I sized them down to where it would fit here, and all I've done on the mug is glued them directly to that. But these are all resin pieces, and I wanted them. I knew there should be a way that I can combine them into one solid piece, and I thought it'd be really cool if I could have that on a van brace. So I went into Fusion 360, and this is what I came up with. I think that came out really good. So here's the downside. It is attached. The wings come up a little bit on the sides, and I'm okay with that. I'm trying to get my sizing right, because right now I can't get my hand in it. So I've got another one printing now, making it a little bit bigger, and so I'll have those. Although the other option would be to split it down the bottom, put a split down there, and then they could be kind of like the Wonder Woman bracelets. I'd have that little bit of space. Depending on what kind of time I have left will determine whether or not I do that. You may have to take some shortcuts. The other thing I was thinking was to have the one on this side have the wings and the one on this side not, and either just be completely plain or just the Mandalorian heart, maybe as a sign of that's the sign of a commander, captain, whatever. Don't know. I'm making it up as we go along. The Tesla gun is already packed up, and it's ready to go. All I gotta do is throw it in the vehicle. I think I'm going to also bring my the Mandalorian, what is that thing called? The Mandalorian ship, that thing. I'm losing it, man. Razor Crest. Oh my god. Yeah, you're going Razor Crest. I like the weathering job I did on that, so I think I'm going to get it packed up, and those two models will go in the model contest. Everything else from this point is a matter of collecting stuff and setting it to where all I have to do is, when I'm ready to go, I just walk over to the pile, stick it in the vehicle, slam the door, and get on the road. So that's kind of what we're shooting for. I don't think there's anything else that I'm forgetting. I am making a special project for one of the guys at Wonderfest that I'm going to see. One of the guests at the thing. But other than that, I think we're up to date. You're caught up, and I'm gonna get back to it. Plain and simple. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm going to try and do the same thing this year as I did last year, and there will definitely be videos of some of my favorite pieces from the model contest. Again, another thing, I need to start writing this stuff down. I even need to get my camera equipment and all that, everything I need to bring with me, batteries, SD cards, the whole 9 yards. All that stuff's got to get done. So with all this going on, that means we are on Wonderfest prep mode, stage 1, which means no more trips to the hobby shop unless necessary, no purchasing anything from the hobby shop or anywhere else until after Wonderfest, just in case there's something at Wonderfest we want to see, we want to get. So alright, that's everything. So I'm gonna get back to it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. That way you don't miss any of the upcoming Wonderfest fun. Until then, have fun, be safe, and go build something. And see you on the next one. Pew 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 pew.